Greetings, DFG here. Hey, hope everybody's having a good week. In particular, you leaders out there, just wanted to take some time and just have a brief conversation with you around my thoughts around leadership concepts. When you're looking at the concept of leadership, it did not originate with me, so I will not take credit where credit is not due. But one of my mentors, to my knowledge, originated it, and I'm just going to glean from the learnings that I took from his learning, along with my everyday experiences as a leader. Okay, and then these concepts, there are 5 different concepts. First is position leadership, or should I say maybe steps. Position, step 1. Step 2 is permission. Step 3 is production. Step 4 is people development. And step 5 would be creating a legacy. And step 5 is a little different than the first 4 steps, because the first 4 steps, there's partnership with your involvement in creating the right culture for those individuals who you have been assigned to lead. But when you get to step 5, it's more around your work over a period of time, and how others value that work, and how that work is applied long after you're no longer in a leadership position of influence around leadership. So the legacy piece is for others to decide. The rest of it, I think it's a partnership between you and the individuals that you have an opportunity to impact. So I want to talk about step 1, position leadership. Position leadership is truly leadership that's earned through promotion. It's leadership that's earned through recognition, and also leadership that's assigned through one's past experiences as a leader. And position leadership is the first step that every leader has to take. It's simply saying that, I'm in charge, I'm responsible, I'm accountable for this group of people inside of, this environment or this organization. Now, the great thing about it is that, again, it's a wonderful opportunity to be able to make a difference in the lives of many, as well as to be able to find your own level of significance in your contributions for, self worth, if I can use that term. Most people want to live a life of significance. What am I doing? What did I do? With my gifts, with my talents, with the opportunities that were afforded me. Well, position leadership, is the first step in being able to acknowledge that I have arrived, I'm in the game now. But the thing about position leadership, also, you can't stay there. If you stay at position leadership, in essence, I'm in charge, I'm saying, I have the title, I have the position, I'm the boss, and the boss is always right. Even if the boss is wrong, do as I say, not necessarily as I do, then people will recognize those characteristics about you. But the danger in that is that once people have identified that your value system does not include what's in their best interest, it's only in your best interest, then ultimately what you're going to find is that people will slowly, gradually start to pull away from you. And what happens in an environment where a leader just manages themselves based off of their position and nothing else. It's just, I'm the boss, and I'm right, you're wrong. I'm the boss, the buck stops with me, so let me be right, and then people will step back and they'll let you take the heat. They'll step back and let you carry the weight of the organization on your shoulders. But the danger in that is that it's only so much weight any one person can carry when you're responsible for many other people. In some cases, we could be talking hundreds of people, even thousands of people. So when you're in an environment and you, as a leader or position leader, you have to influence. And if you stay in position one and simply just rest on the laurels, the fact that I've worked hard, I've arrived, I'm here, I don't have to do anything else now that I'm here, but just stay here, then what you're going to find out that, your duration may not be very long. And I can almost assure you it's going to be very difficult. Because instead of your people thinking in terms, what can we do to ensure that we all are successful? What can we do to make sure that you're successful? What they're going to be sitting around spending most of their time doing is thinking about quitting or quitting time. So as a position, as an entry-level leader, a position leader, level one leader, position leadership, the thing that you have to always know and be thinking about is that, yes, this is a great opportunity, but what's next? How do I begin to build a team? How do I begin to create an environment or a culture of inclusiveness where everyone wants to participate, where everyone feels valued, that everyone's voice is heard? Whether or not, you agree with them, they have a right to have an opinion, and you respect that opinion. And when you start to listen and start to open up and start to invite others into your circle of influence, then it broadens your circle of control. Okay? So remember, it's an honor to be a leader, to have a position where you can influence the lives and careers of others. But you have to understand that there's a lot of more that comes with leadership responsibility. And that's where some of the other stuff that I'll be talking to you about will come in, to play. How do you build a team? How do you create an environment where people want to contribute to your vision, to your goal, to the company's vision, to the company's goal? One of the things I've taught in seminars where I've been asked to come and speak to groups of leaders, one of the questions they have asked, well, what do you do when you first get into a new environment, whether it's a retail store or corporate, position of authority, depending, it doesn't really matter, but you're the new leader, you're the new person in charge. How do you, what are the first things you do? I mean, what should I be thinking about as a new leader in a new environment? And first, and those are great questions. And one of the things that I shared, here's an example of what I shared that you can do. I say, you pull your people together, at least the leaders in the beginning, the leaders that are under you, and you share with them, your vision for them, your vision for the organization. And then after that, you just cut right to the chase and say, look, we're going to look at this as a marriage. But in this marriage, we're going to skip the honeymoon and we're going to get right into the relationship. And it's amazing how many people can really relate to that, because what you tell them is that, okay, we're not going to do a whole lot of filling out, and we're not going to do a whole lot of, the dressing stuff. No, what we're going to do is lock arms together, figure out what it's going to take to make this marriage work, and then we're going to get busily, building a life together. And I know it may sound a little simplistic, but I think you can really see what I mean by when I say that. Let's skip the honeymoon and let's just get in here together and figure it out together and see where it goes. And, I would say, again, what a great opportunity for you to have the opportunity to be a leader. But the question is now, what kind of leader are you going to be? Are you going to get stuck at level one, or rights leader, what I'm saying? People work for you because they have to, or are you going to move forward and create an environment as you develop yourself to where people want to work for you because they want to? Okay? Now you have it. Now you know. DFG. Thank you for listening. Gideonsflight.